Hello there and welcome back to the second part of the tutorial where we are building this nice little Minecraft house that includes an grilled chicken dispenser which will be filled automatically. So for this part of the tutorial we will be building the chicken farm and the dispenser. If you haven't watched the first part of the tutorial, I recommend you take a look at that. You can click here or you can take a look at the link in the description. So the chicken farm is basically this one here. I did not invent this. This is actually invented with a guy called Vidagavia who made a nice tutorial on how to do this on his channel. I will leave a link down in the description. So I will not go into too much detail about how it works. You can take a look at his tutorial if you're interested in that. But what I did do is that I chose this one because it's so small and it's really hard to fit anything into this small ceiling space in here. So here are the things we need to build the chicken farm with the dispenser. We need 4 blocks of glass, 4 solid blocks. I chose polished granite. We might need a few more if we want to fill out a few holes to avoid bats from spawning, but that's not necessary. We need 4 observers, 4 hoppers, 3 dispensers, a slab, a chest, we can even use 2, a trapdoor, 1 piece of redstone dust, a redstone comparator, and a button. Doesn't need to be a no button. Then we also need a bucket of lava and a good amount of eggs. This might not be enough. So the first thing we want to do is to remove this block exactly here. It's the one in the corner of the house, so we have a window here and a window here, and it's the one next to the one with no windows. Okay, so then we want to put down a hopper here. Just one, the other 2 is just temporary blocks. So now we have a hopper pointing downwards through the floor. So we can remove these 2. Now here we want to place a dispenser. You can choose to put a chest here as well if you prefer that. Then the chest will just be filled over time. I prefer to have my dispenser shooting downwards. So I put it like that. You have to crouch while placing it. So now we need to put a chest on top. I prefer to have mine 2 blocks wide, but it's not necessary. But we can do it like this. Okay. Then we take a hopper, point at the outermost part of the chest, crouch, and put it there. So now it points into that chest. So on top of that hopper, we want to put a half slab. So we crouch and put the half slab there. So next we want to place a solid block here. And on top of that we want to place a dispenser. We want that dispenser to be facing this half slab right here. So we can jump and place it like that. Okay. Then we want a solid block here, so that when this dispenser shoots out eggs, it will hit this one and cause the chickens to spawn on this half slab. So now we want to place an observer here, but we want it to be facing in that direction, so it has its face in that direction. So we just add a temporary block here and go like that and remove that block. Then we can see now the face is pointing in this direction. So then we want to add a hopper that goes into this dispenser here. So we shift click or crouch click in here, and we want to add another dispenser that points into this one. So again, crouch click and like that. So you can see now it connects into this one, and this goes into this dispenser here. Okay, so we add another solid block here, and then we want to have another observer here, but we want the observer's face to be pointing upwards. I think the easiest way to do this is to just remove this one here, jump down, add 2 temporary blocks, add the observer, climb up the ladder, remove these 2, and now we have an observer looking upwards. Okay, so now we want to take our redstone comparator and put it on top of this observer here. So it's has a pointy end outwards. So now we want to add yet another observer, and we want its face to be looking at this redstone comparator. So if you crouch here and right click like that, now we have this one observing the comparator. And then we want to add another observer just here. Just go like this. So that arrow is pointing in here. That means that the face is looking into this one. Okay, so in here we have the room with the half slab. This is where the chickens to be cooked are supposed to be. And up here we have 2 hoppers, and on this hopper, the chickens laying the eggs that spawns the chicken to be cooked will be standing here. So we want to separate these 2 rooms by putting down a trapdoor. We do that by shift clicking this hopper and opening it. Then we want to build a dispenser. So this dispenser is the one that will be putting out the lava on top of these chickens to be grilled. So we place that right there. So this is the cooking chamber and this is the breeding chamber, basically. Okay, so now we want to grab our redstone dust and then we want to put it down here. Okay, so now we want to add a bit of glass. This can also be solid block if you prefer that. This is only so we are able to observe what is actually going on. So we want a block of glass there, a block of glass there, and a block of glass here. So now we've kind of walled in this room where the breeder chickens will be. So they will be on this hopper right there. So now, then we want to take our bucket of lava and put it into that dispenser right there. And when that is done, we simply want to put a solid block right here to block off this entire room in here. And as well, we want to add a bit more glass here and here. So since this is glass, it enables us to still open the chest, but it will still be blocking so that nothing will be able to escape from in there. Okay, so this should be the entire machine now. Let's test if it works. We simply need to put something into the hopper there and see if the lava fires at the right time. So we'll just break the roof here. We'll fix that afterwards. Then just drop anything in there. See, so that triggers the entire mechanism so that the lava flows in there. Okay, so we can for now close this off. We will need to open it again really soon because we want to add some chickens in there. Okay, so in order to put in chickens, there's this trick you can do. One way is to kind of build like a chimney thing, pop a dispenser up and make it shoot out all their eggs. I think we'll do it a bit more simple, not necessarily better, but more simple here. So what I want to make sure is that I have a block here. So we want to fill in the chickens here. If you're in doubt of where the chickens should actually go, just keep in mind that we have this this trapdoor here, and it's when you close it down, it's the hopper that it closes on top of. Just remember to keep this one open. Okay, so let's quickly find some eggs. Got those there. Good. And then we basically just need to fill this hole. But the moment we start tossing eggs in there and the chickens spawn, they'll try to get out. So we'll just pop some temporary blocks here so that they cannot get out at all. And then we just start throwing in some chickens. Okay. So you need to fill this up so there will be around 25 chickens. So now we have a few chickens. So the thing is, now we cannot just place this block on top again because they're kind of blocking the field there, the block there. So what we want to do is to grab a piston. Let's just quickly find one. I thought I had one prepared. Like that. And then we want to place it so it can push this button here. Yeah, this block here. Let's see if we can get this right. Yes. And then we want a lever. How you prefer that? Put that on top of here. Say go. So now we push that block in there. Now we can close off like this. Move that one away. Close off like that. Remove our temporary blocks. And a few chickens might have escaped, but at least we got some in there. Now let's go check how it looks. I have been playing around with chickens, as you can see. And now we have some chickens in there. So now we just need to wait for those to grow up and start laying eggs. Okay, so the chicken farm has been going on for quite a while now. As you can see, there's a lot of adult chickens here now. And in there's a few baby chickens. And when they grow up, they get killed off. So that means that now there's a bit of chicken in here. So in order to finish off this machine, we kind of need to put the last piece of the puzzle in. We need to place this button. You could place it here. And once you click it, delicious grilled chicken. Okay, so that was it for this tutorial. I hope you liked it. So now you know how to build this fine little house and include a nice chicken farm into it. You could of course choose to wall this place up as I did in my previous example, but I figured that the rest of the decoration is totally up to you. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and do please leave a like and a subscription if you found this interesting. I will be putting up more guides and tutorials, as well as continue on my Let's Play series. So if you have any ideas or suggestions on what we should build next, leave a comment down below. Thank you for watching. Bye.